Season of Discovery Phase 4 is here, and we are off into Molten Core. How then are we going to heal this raid and everything else as a Discipline Priest? First of all, let's look at the actual stats we want. Number 1, healing power. This, of course, improves the effectiveness of our healing spells, but massively to our power word shield, which is one of the core components of a Discipline Priest. After that, we want MP5, mana per 5 seconds, Spirit, which is, of course, gaining mana as well. And we do actually gain a percentage of this still while casting due to our meditation talent that we will be taking, and I'll be showing you shortly. After that, it's going to be intellect for mana and a little bit of crit, and then just crit on its own. Pretty self-explanatory for those, I feel. It should come as no surprise that most of the talents are going into the discipline tree, and then we also are putting some into holy where we can and is appropriate. If you do have some downtime and you've got nothing else to do, the wand specialization actually really helps us get some more damage out, well, with wands, funnily enough, or we could just wand away with the no mana cost on that to get some extra damage out, like I said, in some downtime. Improved Powered Shield improves the effectiveness of that spell. Same with Powered Fortitude. And then we've got Silent Resolve, reducing a bit of threat generated. Don't really need it, but it helps us get further down. Inner Focus is amazing. It's a 3-minute cooldown, and basically when we use it, we can massively increase the effectiveness of the next spell, while also reducing the mana cost. What I like to use this on is Greater Heal. It's a long cast time and large healing spell, meaning we can preemptively, if we know a large amount of damage is coming in, use our Inner Focus and then start casting our Greater Heal, so that when it hits, we have a higher chance of getting critical effect and doing an even larger amount of healing when possible. Mental Agility reduces the mana cost of our instant cast spells, like Renew or Powered Shield. And Mental Strength increases the maximum amount of mana we have. These are all really straightforward talents we have. Divine Spirit, increasing spirit on our targets, amazing, I love it. 4 out of 5 into Force of Will, increasing your spell damage and the critical strike chance of any offensive spells, really so we can get down into Power Infusion, a 3-minute cooldown spell, increasing the spell damage and healing of anyone by 20% for 15 seconds. Needless to say, it's a fantastic cooldown that we can use in high times of healing. Looking at the points then that we're going to put into the Holy Tree, we've got a few into Renew, and the 2 into Holy Healing Focus, by the way, we don't really need them. We're just using these to get further down into the tree. 2 out of 3 into Renew, Improve Renew. Do use Renew sparingly. It is quite a inefficient by mana spell. And 5 out of 5 into Holy Specialization, as we will be using a few holy spells here and there, increasing the critical chance of those spells. Divine Fury, reducing the cast time of some of our healing spells. And Inspiration increases the target's armor after they get a critical strike from a lot of our healing spells as well. Lastly, Improved Healing, reducing the mana cost on some of those spells. All really quite straightforward why we're taking these talents, and honestly, I love Disc Healing in Classic. Looking then at the runes we're taking, these are also fairly straightforward, I would say, for most of them. On the head rune, we have Divine Aegis. Critical heals create a protective shield on the target, absorbing some of the amount healed. No brainer for that one. Strength of Soul, another really fun one. Lesser heal, greater heal, and flash heal, etc. Reduce the remaining duration of weakened soul on the target. This is the debuff you get on a target when you use something like Power Word Shield, meaning we can use it again on them sooner. Try not to spam Powered Shield too much though, as it is still fairly expensive, but a really great spell. In addition, targets of your Powered Shield will gain Rage from taking damage despite being absorbed, and Righteous Fury will trigger from damage absorbed by your Powered Shield as if it were a heal. We have Surge of Light. Critical spell casts cost your next flash heal within 15 seconds to be instant cast. We could go boom, nice little extra heal there. You could all go for Powered Barrier if you need to put a barrier over in a certain location and it's going to really benefit the raid, however, in certain fights. That could be an option. It does protect the whole party, reducing all damage taken by 25% and preventing damage from delaying spellcasting. So again, that is quite fight dependent, but it can be a really useful tool if you do need to use it. Penance is our bread and butter for a massive single target heal, and I love it. I do hate the fact that it's in the same slot as Circle of Healing, as that is another fantastic heal, although quite inefficient. If there's lots of AoE healing needed, maybe you'll go for Circle of Healing. A lot of single target healing, go for Penance. This one again is interesting. You could go for Empowered Renew if there's a ton of mobility in the fight and you're getting out more renews than usual. Although I do like Renewed Hope. Your heals from Flash Heal, Lesser Heal, etc. have 20% increased effect when cast on people with Weakened Soul. So again, if you've recently used Powered Shield on them, your other heals will have an increased effect. And that's the one that I just love over using Renew. Prayer of Mending. Oh my god, I love this one so much. It ping-pongs around and is one of the most efficient spells we have in our arsenal. Put it onto somebody, use it on cooldown ASAP immediately. It is so efficient. Pain Suppression. Instantly reducing all damage taken by a friendly target by 40% and increasing their resistance to the spell mechanics. This is fantastic at reducing incoming damage on a specific target, like if there's a certain mechanic on a boss where you know somebody specific is going to take a huge amount of damage. Pain Suppression is the one for you. And lastly, we've got Soul Warding, a new fantastic rune that we have in this phase. Your Powered Shield no longer has a cooldown, costs 15% less mana, and gains 15% additional base value, and an additional 50% of your healing power. Powered Shield is now phenomenal due to this rune. It isn't still the most super duper efficient spell, but it is a lot better now with this rune, and it's a complete no-brainer, again, with why we're taking it. Lastly, on the rings, I would go for Holy and Shadow Specialization, increasing your chance to hit with them. We're not really going to be doing much DPS, of course, but if you do, they're really the only two that we can bother taking in these slots. So there we go, I guess. Now on to why and when we're using our spells. So, number one at the top, it just says use, and there's a little picture of Penance. My apologies there. But yes, use Penance as a top priority on single target healing. I love it so much, and it is phenomenal. After that, use Flash Heal sparingly, or not sparingly when you get an instant one from your crits, in dire situations. It's incredibly inefficient. It's fun to use, but does cost an insane amount of mana. Then we've got Greater Heal. Now, the way I like to use this is like I explained before with Inner Focus, where you can use that cooldown to get hopefully a crit with your Greater Heal. If you know somebody's about to take damage in a second or 2 seconds, you know, however long your cast time is, it's quite long, depending on you, you can preemptively start casting Greater Heal so that when that damage comes in, boom, you've already healed them for a large amount. Heal is more of like the single target filler when your Penance is on cooldown. Renew, you can use this a lot when you're moving around, especially if you've got Empowered Renew. You could take that over, I can't remember the name of it, but the other one with the Powered Shield, if it's a really large moving fight where you just can't get many spells out. But yeah, generally I don't love to use it too much because it is, again, just like Flash Heal, quite inefficient. Prayer of Mending. Oh my god, it's the best. Use on cooldown. It ping-pongs around, healing people. Super duper efficient. We love it. Powered Shield. Expensive but powerful. Less expensive this phase, but still do be careful not to overuse it. But it is phenomenal now for Disc Priests. Circle of Healing should be used to heal your party only in situations of constant incoming damage. Like I've said, again, it depends which one you want to take for this. You know, we can't use all of these runes here. So it is going to depend if you need single target healing with Penance or Circle of Healing in AoE situations. But do be careful not to overuse this one as well. Same thing with Prayer of Healing. It can use to be healing 5 members at a time. Again, don't overuse it. But this one can be used a lot more than some other large spells and cooldowns, etc. And that is pretty much it for how we're going to heal as a Disc Priest in this phase. Should you need any more help, etc., please do not forget that you can join Patreon and get one-on-one help over there. And you also get access to lots of spreadsheets and WoW guides, etc. that could be really, really helpful for you. You can also join the Discord where we can help you out there as well, should you wish. And if you are looking for other class guides this phase, check out this playlist here because we've done them all for you.